So, good morning. Mono White Aggro. So, you're going to say there is a build of Mono White Aggro already. And there is. Um, but, it's boring. Why is the Mono White Aggro build boring? The Mono White Aggro build is boring because we see the same cards again and again and again. There's always an L-Seed to give you some protection from specific removal. You also have a Giant Killer in order to give you a bit of removal and tap a creature should you need to. You always get our favourite dog, who you sacrifice to give a bit of protection. And actually these days you also always see a Luminarch Aspirant, which gives you 1/1 counters, and you always see the Maul of the Skyclaves, which gives you a bit of extra oomph in the game. So these are cards you always see again and again and again and again. In some builds you might see some apparitions, in some builds you might see a Lurus, so you can pull things out of the graveyard. Ugh, it's tiring. Tiring. These are all cards we've seen and seen again. So I wanted to build a different type of mono white deck because we've got a lot of different cards. And the deck type or archetype I've been targeting has been the party mechanic. And the reason I've been targeting the party mechanic is because obviously the designers, when they released the party mechanic, didn't want a mono white aggro build to be available straight out of the box. So we didn't have any good wizards and we didn't have any good rogues. That was their way of forcing deck builders to splash a second colour. And it gave us lots of clerics in black, it gave us lots of rogues in blue, it gave us lots of warriors in red. They said, look dudes, you can't have all the things you want in one colour. So, but Strixhaven changed that. And Strixhaven changed that because suddenly some more clerics and wizards arrived into white. And the one which is important for us here is in the clerics is our favourite new cat cleric called Leonin. In fact, Leonin, which is a 4-of in the deck, and that enables us to pump the power of all of our creatures. And the wizards suddenly got dramatically better, and instead of just having one wizard which you could play, you suddenly got Star People, which passes on its counters to somebody else to come and join the party. Regrettably, we are still lacking some rogues, so hopefully at some point we will get some rogues in white, and then the party mechanic here. And bearing in mind that sort of party will be with us until the end of next year, so we've got another 4 sets. So fingers crossed they slip up at some stage and give us a white rogue which is costed under 3. And then this deck is really to the races. But in the absence of that, we have a Stonework Pack Beast, which comes in at turn 2 in order to trigger our Archpriest Iona. It also manages to bring down the cost of our practice tactics and all of that good stuff. Now, obviously, that's the low end. That describes some of the low end anyway. We've got a couple of cards in here which are quite interesting because I wanted to sort of go around a Basri build. So I've got 3 Basri Kets in here, and the Basri Ket loyalty ability that I'm looking to leverage here is his -2. That enables us to go wider. Because if we go wider, I've got 2 things in here which I think are really good in order to help us juice up our tokens. And we've got Basri Solidarity, doesn't see play, but it does in my deck. And we've got our friend here, Shale, who gives those 1/1 counters at instant speed. So as soon as those tokens appear, this could be attacking, but we can tap it and it gives 1/1 to everything. and we're off to the races. So this gives me some really unexpected bursts sometimes, actually. Everybody sort of looks at me in sort of disbelief when they see me ticking down to the -2. We've got Mavinda in there, because Mavinda is going to help us trigger our, or cast our Fighters 1s again, and it will help us cast our Practice Tactics again against blockers. It will also help us cast our Basri Solidarity if we get to the extent where we've got that much land free. There is no way to bring anything back, so this is a one-way white weenie strategy. Once you play it, it's gone. If they wipe our board, we're as good as dead unless they've got really low health and our top decking the same as us. If they have any resources, we're in massive trouble once they wipe our board. The only thing we have really to protect ourselves is the Fighters 1, and I'm going to change that now from 2 to 3 because it really was an MVP in the last couple of games I tested this deck with last night. We've got Elspeth in here as well, and Elspeth in here, it gives us flexibility. It's -1 means our small creatures can hit a bit harder. It's -2 means it can generate more tokens, and it's actually a bit harder to deal with in the current meta, which is geared towards some of the creatures which are in the aggro decks. So having this here, and also, and here's the interesting thing, having to waste some removal on this on a go wide strategy when there's going to be lots of different targets, not a bad thing. So this is why this has been working out for me so far. Obviously, it's the beginning of the new season, so in terms of, as you can see, not much going on here. So let's go off to the races. So with this deck, you really do want a turn 1 and turn 2 play in your hand. Nearly everything can be played with 3 mana. So this is a bit overstacked. I might keep it, and the reason I might keep it is because with the 4 land draw, we have nearly it's 1/5 of all of our lands in our hand. So another land coming out the top of our deck is a highly unlikely, a low probabilistic event. So we can probably keep this, but we're looking to keep. But this means in our hand we can play our whole deck. So we don't see any more lands. We just want to see creature after creature after creature coming up to the top of this deck. Yeah, we're not going to block this because we've got Practice Tactics, which is instant speed. So we're just going to go after the races. And we're going to see if a better target is going to hop out that's well worth us removing. He's thinking about removing me, I'm thinking about removing him. Okay, he plays that. That can't block, so we don't really care. Okay, here he comes. We're just going to remove this now because this can't block. And we're going to juice our creatures and we're off to the races. He'll be thinking to himself, I could come back from this, I've got Embercleave. But basically he's got a bit of a Hobson's choice. So he had to remove that one. If you remove the Star Pupil, then our Boast creature would have got out of reach. We really need a creature from the top here. Didn't get one. But we got a way to stay in the game. So we're going to hold on to this. It's instant speed, but it sucks that we don't have another creature to protect as well. Ugh, this is going to hurt a lot. So that is 3 + 5, 8. I'm facing this now. Yeah. Okay, so going to play the land. And we're going to hold. We are going to hold here. Now I'm not worried about our friend here, because if it comes out, we're not worried. Yeah, so we're going to play this. One there, one there. You need another one to go on top of it. Oh, what? You don't have one? That's sad. Let's see if he's spotted our Mavinda ability. If he has, then he won't attack. So we're going to play this. This one. We want those two. And I think I misplayed the last game. I just misplayed. I wasn't paying attention, and I misplayed. That would teach me for answering the phone. I should have pulled the fighters one out again, so I could have killed the our noble. There you go. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. We're gonna run that again. Well, against mono white, it's usually a good, because of the counters. It's usually a good battle. Of course, you're depending wholly on them not drawing into Embercleave, or you managing their board until they can't draw into Embercleave. Nobody wants to pay full price for Embercleave. Come on. Okay, this is a mulligan. This one we put the Elspeth back in. And we're off to the races. We played the Archpriest first because our pupil pumped this by one. So we're off to the races. Now, if he makes the mistake of attacking with the old side's priest, we're going to block it and kill it. If he tries to remove... okay, so he had no turn 2, so that means we can do the Basri. And we're off to the races. Okay, Leonin would be really, really good right now. Okay, we've got a third land. Okay, so let's see what he takes. Surely the Archpriest, yeah. Now that always feels good when they waste a 3-drop on a 1-drop. Okay, so I'm gonna play the land now. There's no point in keeping it in our hands. That's fine. Hoping not a lifelink. Okay, Death Touch, that's fine. Okay. So we're going to send in the Star People. That's good. That means we can play our... Being able to remove such a large creature, really helpful. So, an Elspeth we want, or Basriket we want one of those things to come off the top. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. We got the land. We're going to go attacking. So, we have now 1/4 of all the lands in our deck on the battlefield, so we really shouldn't be drawing any more. We're going to hold here. That's unfortunate. But he's only got 3 mana, so yeah, it can't be that bad. The learn is a bit more frightening. I'm just trying to think what in mono white might he learn and get. Okay, he has a land. Okay, we've got another pack piece. We're going to hold this. The reason why we're not sacrificing our Star People and trying to get to face is because we want to make our Basri get -2 as wide as possible.
Hello there. I shall teach you much.
Is he... Okay, he's taken that. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we've got to fight as one. We've got the... So I think the first play actually is to take the Basri Solidarity. And pay 9. Okay, we're going to cancel that. Hold on, it puts it into... Cancel. If it doesn't... So the Basri Solidarity I can't use it for. I could use it for the fight as one. No attacks. Okay. Did I go into exile? No, it did not. I just went back to the Waveguard. Yeah. Resolve. He's going to take out Malvinder, isn't he? Okay, we're going to take that. No, we're going to leave it actually. Let's say we draw into another one. We're going to need it, aren't we? Okay. So we're going to take that. And then we're not going to attack. This is looking really bad. Yeah. That is the terrible thing we were thinking was going to happen. We were looking very bad. Not a very helpful draw we had there. We drew too many lands. The idea of drawing 6 lands is outrageous, especially in a 20 land deck. Again, a statistically improbable event. But you know, these events happen. That's why they're a thing. Statistically improbable doesn't mean impossible. It just means unlikely. Much better deck here. We're off to the races. So our plan is to go Iona into Shale into 2-star pupils, and then we can trigger the Shale. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to play that. And we're going to go and attack his face, because we know what he wants to do. Okay. So, we're going to go all 3 of our 1-drops here. 1, 2, 3. And we're wide. Okay, he's not going to get there. We know this, so we're just going to hold that thought right there. He needs to... will he get there? Oh, that sucks. We're going to let these through. Oh my god, what the nut draw is this? What the nut draw is this? He could only have got to the number he had gotten to with this exact draw. And the 8/8 flying token just makes everything worse. There was no way we could deal with anything on this board. We just got out drew. I thought my draw was pretty sick. His draw was better. Wow, that was a draw. So, yeah, that is like a low. That's a low chance event right there. So you need an angel, you need a heal free draw a card, and you need 2 Valkyries. That's, yeah, you have to just, sometimes you have to just applaud and say, wow, that draw was something. So Star Pupil comes out. So for most games, Star Pupil comes out. Because in most cases, you actually want the 1/1 token the player has to be given to something else. He's not trading. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Mardu. Interesting. So we're gonna put another Star People out. And then we're gonna go attack. See what he does. Okay. Whoops. That was the wrong one. So one there, one there. Okay. So clearing his board was well worth it. We've now got a clear way. So now when we go with the Basri Solidarity, we should have a clear way. And we also get to hold open the fight as well. Yeah, so one here, one here. Okay. Let's see what he's going to pull here. Okay. He'll probably still think it's worth trading. Yeah. We've got a target for all of these tokens with the pack beast, so that's why we're not overly worried. The X. Yeah. So we did the damage. We would have liked the tokens. Okay. So we've got the land. We've got the pack beast. We're going to continue to put a little bit of pressure on. Okay. We're going to see if he wants to give us a 3-2. I don't think so. Okay, he's got his Valkyrie out. Kind of surprise. Ugh. It's really very disappointing when you have pushed them this far that you get these draws which you're not really expecting. Okay, we're going to hold that thought. So all his creatures are now bigger than mine. So there's a couple of cards which I was seeing all the time last night and I haven't actually seen at all to this morning. I've not seen my removal all game. I have not seen my planeswalkers all game. And that's a fascinating thing. Because not seeing these things have meant that, like even here where I've got a wizard, I've got an anything and a warrior. So I can remove anything with 6 health. So I can remove his Ghost Forge, I can remove his Valkyrie, but I haven't seen one of those at all game. Okay. Yeah. We're too far behind now, so this is a lost game. He is away at the races. But it's really disappointing when you're trying to sort of show something that definitely works, but you have a run of games like this where it's just definitely not working. I'm just going to take a breath, because it's not something to get annoyed about. If you understand sort of the way these card games work, these runs will happen. The run of bad draws and so forth and so on. We're going to keep this. We could get rid of one of the shales. So this is a low land. This deck is a low land, has a very low land count, which is why in the last 3 games when I've got 6, 5, and 5 lands, that's not supposed to really happen. We're going to go attacking with this. Okay, we're going to remove that. Okay. Okay. So this is what's supposed to happen in my deck. If I have 2 or 3 lands in my opening hand, I shouldn't draw anything but creatures. This is what should happen. It's just happened on a 1-lander. Okay. So, we're going to go again. To be fair, this is all part of the testing process. I already have a couple of ideas as to how to make this deck a bit better. We've got 4, 8, 12, we've got 16 1-drops. We're going to keep this. I'm on the draw, and to have 16 cards I can potentially draw as well. This is the part of my deck where it starts to show you all the cards that I had. Okay, so let's play that. Does he have removal? That's what this is. This is a removal test. If it does, it might be instant speed. So that's a bit curious. He has not shown me anything at all which tells me to interact with my Basri Cat, which is why I played and did the +1. I feel like he has interaction for all of this. I don't think he has interaction for this. So you've got a land and fawn. Okay.
This is getting rough.
So
Oketra's love is your shield.
what's he going to get rid of? Get rid of the Leonidas, okay. I think it's a no blocks situation.
Retreat and regroup.
Yeah, I think it has to be a no block situation. So we can play that. We can play this. go to work. The reason why I played the 2-pack beast is because I want to play on my hand. He knows I'm going to pump this whole thing, so he's considering what the cost is of attacking. Even if he was to attack and he said discard a card, I get rid of the Usher before, then I still get to pump all the stuff. Yeah. Oh, Christ. So Humiliate was there. That costs 8 because it doesn't target a specific thing. Okay. Discard. Do you need to draw? He's got the thing. So we discard the Usher. Okay, so yeah. I think we have to race him. I think that is our only option. But he can't sacrifice, because if he does, he loses his yeah, he can't sacrifice. If he does, he loses his rankle. Gonna have to draw. Oh, well, of course, the discard mechanic as well. Ugh, okay. He's got me. He's got me. So we've been playing for about 37 minutes now. Yeah, I think now is a good time to start thinking about changes to the deck. We've done some good thorough testing. Okay. So Elspeth we want to be a low probability event. Shale we don't want to be. Basri we don't want to be. So there's that card. It's in 21. Yeah. Show of confidence. Yeah, we do want to show confidence, don't we? So I want to take our pack beast out to put a show of confidence in, and we're going to take down one Shale to put a second show of confidence in. I think that's the spell we want. Ugh. We really do want it to go off a few more times. I think the deck is sound. I'm trusting my judgment here. It just didn't go off. So we're going to see what we can do to help it go off. Okay, this is a keep.
I will protect you as my own.
So we've got quite a good board here, and the creature with the now that was getting wrecked. Ugh, that. Yeah, that was just getting wrecked, and I'm so far behind now. There's no way, unless he draws lands for like the next 6 turns or something crazy. This is the scene in the movie where the bad guy is all over you, and you're done for. And it actually is worse when, you know what? Let's exit out of this game. I was feeling so good about that game. It's hilarious. I was feeling really good about that game, and then he wipes the board. I think the sort of misplay of that game was I needed to put pressure on the Maya Triton. I just let him carry on drawing. I felt like I had all the time in the world. I think the Bazru kept put me into sort of lulled me into a false sense of security. This is not too bad. We can carry on with this. We've got a warrior, we've got a cleric, we've got another cleric, and we've got a spell. So this is not bad. So we get the Iona in, the Archpriest of Iona in. Okay, we get our wizard friend in, we get our warrior friend in, and we've got a little bit of pressure. So we just need our pack beast, and then we've got a full set. Okay. So we attack. No, we're not going to allow this to happen, I don't think. So we'll do that. That there, that there. And we'll continue to cause some damage. The reason why we used the Fighter's one as opposed to the practiced tactics, because of the fact that we would have wanted to remove something. We can still do so. So okay, yeah, he'll be feeling quite good about himself. Just gonna kill this one. That becomes ramp. And then we'll do this. Now if we get a land, our -2 generates us. We get over 8 of power on the board. That's why the -2 of Basri is quite helpful. Okay, I think that's a good play. There are some blocks for him. I wouldn't say they're sort of advantageous blocks, but they're blocks. So if we get the land now, the Basri still works as well. Hold on one sec. This is lethal, and I'm glad it's lethal because it gives me an opportunity to show you how -2.
We are a team. We succeed or fail as one.
Because it goes for, this is a creature strategy rather than a token strategy, -2 really comes into sort of providing some burst. That is the first game I've won in 45 minutes, which is like atrocious behavior, atrocious gameplay. Yeah. But big picture, I'm just glad I got an opportunity to show you how the deck is supposed to work, if it does work. There, this is a keep, so we're going to keep this. We could go Usher into Pack Beast into something else that comes into the deck. Okay. No, we don't care. Not yet. Cool. Okay, he has to send it. This is the rogue strategy. Okay. So and we're off to the races. So, rogues is still a thing. So, we've had a little play with the white weenies. Still needs more work. The problem's turn 2, I think. I think the pack beast is rubbish. It needs more work. We're going to give it some more work.